It's Saturday, January 20th. Welcome to the AI Factor. I'm Noah Wave, your host for this captivating exploration of today's news. Former President Donald Trump's remark about full presidential immunity sparks controversy, with critics fearing it could grant unchecked power. Meanwhile, Nikki Haley intensifies attacks on Trump ahead of the New Hampshire primary, narrowing the polls, but Trump maintaining a lead. A commuter plane's emergency landing in Virginia highlights aviation safety concerns. In the aerospace industry, Boeing faces challenges with its planes, and a recent emergency landing of a 747 cargo plane with a fiery engine has put them back in the news highlights. Are you ready for a deep dive into the AI factor? In a recent development, former President Donald Trump has claimed that presidents should have full immunity, even for actions that cross the line. This statement has sparked controversy and debate among legal experts and the public. Trump's claim is based on the argument that without full immunity, a president would be unable to function properly and could be subject to constant legal challenges. He asserts that even if a president makes a mistake, they should be protected from prosecution. Critics argue that this level of immunity would essentially grant a president the power of a monarch and could lead to an abuse of power. They emphasize that accountability and checks and balances are essential to the functioning of a democratic government. The outcome of this debate will have significant implications for the future of presidential immunity and the balance of power in the United States. It remains to be seen how this issue will be resolved and what impact it will have on the political landscape. The Founding Fathers established the process of impeachment in the United States Constitution to deal with presidential misconduct. They recognized the importance of having a mechanism to remove a president who had engaged in serious offenses, such as abuse of power, betrayal of the national interest, or corruption of elections. The impeachment process involves several steps. First, the House of Representatives investigates and votes on whether to bring charges against the president. If a majority of the House votes to impeach, the process moves to the Senate, which holds a trial. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court presides over the trial, and the Senate acts as a jury. If 2/3 of the Senate votes to convict the president is removed from office. The Founding Fathers understood that impeachment should be reserved for serious offenses and should not be used as a political weapon. They believed that impeachment was necessary to ensure that the president would be held accountable for his actions and that the country would be protected from presidential misconduct. In the days leading up to the New Hampshire primary, Nikki Haley has intensified her attacks on former President Donald Trump. The former South Carolina governor and UN ambassador is attempting to close the gap in the polls and gain ground in the crucial early voting state. Haley has criticized Trump's record on various issues, including his handling of foreign policy and domestic matters. She has also called out Trump for his divisive rhetoric and questioned his ability to lead the Republican Party to victory in the 2024 election. In response, Trump has launched his own attacks on Haley, questioning her loyalty and effectiveness as a member of his administration. He has also accused her of being part of the establishment and not representing the interests of the American people. As the primary approaches, the competition between Haley and Trump is heating up, with both candidates vying for the support of New Hampshire voters. It remains to be seen how these attacks and counterattacks will impact the outcome of the primary and the overall race for the Republican nomination. The recent polls indicate that the race between Nikki Haley and Donald Trump is tightening, but Trump still maintains a significant lead. In the latest American Research Group Inc. poll, Trump leads Haley by a single digit, 40% to 32%, with the remaining candidates trailing far behind. In the St. Anselm College, New Hampshire Institute of Politics poll, Trump has a commanding lead, with 50% support, while Haley is at 38%. Similarly, the Suffolk University/NBC 10 Boston Globe tracking poll shows Trump at 52% and Haley at 35%. These numbers suggest that, while Haley is gaining some ground, Trump remains the clear frontrunner and is projected to be the nominee. However, the race is not over, and things could change as the primary season progresses. On January 19, 2024, a small commuter plane made an emergency landing on the snowy Loudoun County Parkway in the Arcola area, shortly after taking off from Dulles International Airport, according to the Virginia State Police. The single-engine Cessna 208 Caravan, operated by Southern Airways Express, was en route to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, when it was forced to land due to the inclement weather conditions. The plane landed safely on the highway and no injuries were reported. The incident caused traffic disruptions in the area as the Virginia Department of Transportation, VDOT, and local authorities worked to clear the scene and reopen the road. The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, and the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, are investigating the incident to determine the cause of the emergency landing. This event highlights the importance of safety measures in aviation and the need for pilots to be prepared for unexpected situations, especially during adverse weather conditions. Boeing is one of the world's largest aerospace companies and a leading manufacturer of commercial jetliners, defense, space, and security systems. Founded in 1916, the company has a rich history of innovation and technological advancements in the aerospace industry. Recently, Boeing has faced some challenges with its 737 MAX aircraft. In 2019, 2 fatal crashes involving the 737 MAX led to the grounding of the entire fleet worldwide. Since then, Boeing has been working to address the issues and improve the safety of the aircraft. In January 2024, another incident occurred when a door-sized section of a 737 MAX 9 fuselage exploded out into the sky over Portland. This event has further impacted Boeing's reputation and led to increased scrutiny from the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA. Despite these setbacks, Boeing remains a major player in the aerospace industry, and the company continues to develop new technologies and products. In recent news, a Boeing 747 cargo plane operated by Atlas Air made an emergency landing at Miami International Airport on January 19, 2024, after experiencing an engine malfunction. The incident occurred shortly after the aircraft took off, with video footage showing flames coming out of one of the engines. The plane, a Boeing 747-8, circled back to the airport and landed safely 14 minutes after declaring the emergency. No injuries were reported, and the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, and National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, are investigating the incident. This event is the latest in a series of safety incidents involving Boeing aircraft, prompting the FAA to announce increased oversight of the company. The cause of the engine malfunction is still under investigation, but a softball-sized hole was found above the engine, which may have contributed to the incident. The Boeing 747-8 is a wide-body jet airliner and is one of the largest aircraft in the world. It is powered by 4 General Electric Jenks engines. An anonymous source told me they're changing their slogan to, "If it's Boeing, I ain't going." This was a joke, of course. That concludes this episode of The AI Factor. If you found today's coverage engaging, remember to follow us on your preferred podcast platform and subscribe for upcoming episodes. For any thoughts, questions, or fascinating stories you'd like us to delve into, reach out to us at podcast@aifactor.news. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, we're committed to providing unbiased perspectives. We will never pull you left or right. Our mission is to take you straight to the facts. Stay curious, stay informed, and always keep an eye on the ever-changing landscape of the news. Until next time, this is Noah Wave, signing off.